All right. So I wanted to make a quick video here. I won't be too long, but I had to talk about this story. Some of you may have read about it. Actually, I haven't seen any broadcasts from any journalists or media outlet. So when I see stories like that, where it's only in written form, I try to make a video about it, because usually stories like that, they're trying to keep it on the low. They don't want it to get too much attention. This seems like it's strategic. Whether it is or not, it's a disservice. Every attack needs to be put on blast. It should be covered by all of the major media outlets. You'd report if I were to walk into someone's home and stab their baby repeatedly. If I were to go around stabbing toddlers and infants repeatedly, unprovoked, that would be newsworthy. But because it's a dog, we're supposed to accept it as some natural occurrence. Perth mother savaged online over horrifying pit bull attack on toddler. The toddler was her daughter. You can see this article surfaced today. The actual attack took place a while ago. This woman is 22 years old. It was Christmas. What? It was the Christmas gift no parent wants. She went to TikTok to share a series of heartbreaking videos documenting the attack on her small daughter that occurred in 2021. Right? I think, this is at the end of last year. In the first video, a neighbor's security camera captured this mother, her horrified screams as she ran next door begging for help. Now, let's stop right there. Why are you begging for help? If I saw you inside of that home with that pit bull, I would say that you are guilty of endangerment. I would say to you that you're endangering that child. And if I were to say that, you would respond to me by saying, no, I'm here with my daughter. The law considers you supervision. You are the supervisor. You're the adult. Oh, there should always be adult presence. Never leave the child alone with the dog. You have to be there. So what? So that you can scream and run next door? And beg the neighbors for help? What if your neighbors say no? What if they say deal with it yourself? Get off our porch, go back inside the house, and help your daughter yourself. Why should you expect people to risk their life just because you was in there risking your stupid life for fun? Unbelievable. Now, nobody's going to say, no, I'm not going to help a toddler. And that makes this even worse. Why are you putting people in situations like that? You big idiot. I'm not in a good mood right now. I'm not in the mood to be polite to these nutters. Their behavior is infuriating. Now, here's the first video. And actually, this is her page right here. Okay, this is the video they're talking about. Okay, so that was her neighbor's home. Running her goofy behind, her airheaded, dim-witted, brain-dead behind next door, crying, begging for help. You goofball. Every time this happens, it proves what I'm saying is true. That you're stupid. Stupid for having these things inside of your home. Where's the proof? The fact that you had to run next door. You couldn't stop the attack yourself. Why would you have your kids around something that you can't stop from attacking your kids? Do you understand? That's basic logic, common sense. There's no way around it. Under no circumstances do you have your kids around something that you can't even communicate with. Something that, by the way, was actually bred for fighting and killing. There's no way around it. It's not a back and forth debate. You are an idiot if you have dogs around your kids, especially if it's a bully breed. And this is why I dread becoming a homeowner, because I know some of you idiots are going to be right next door to me. I honestly don't understand how people could ever be this stupid. And I've been covering these people, their lifestyle, for over 7 years now. Really 7 days a week. I've been studying, keeping up with these people. As you keep up with them, you learn more about them. You're studying them. You're staying up. It's no different from a politician keeping up with politics. 7 days a week for the past 7 years. I'm not going to sit and have no debate with any of you nutters or with anybody who has not done the homework. People, we cover too much here, and we've been doing it here together for years. Don't waste time with some imbecile. You can tell right away whether or not they have knowledge of dog attacks. It doesn't take long. Disengage from those people. The only people who are worthy to debate with you are those who are licensed as behaviorists, veterinarians, so on and so forth. Because the fact is, those people who are supposed to be the best among the dog lover world sound like idiots as well. Now, if you're listening to this video, young lady, you don't have to be a permanent idiot. You could change your ways, but have you? Now, this is the original video. This was uploaded 5 days ago. It was uploaded 5 days ago. Over 8 million, almost 9 million views. Now, this is the follow-up. She uploaded this 4 days ago.
Hey Hey guys, so just in response as an update from my last video, this is my daughter just before surgery, after a pit bull attack 3 days after Christmas. The dog had put a gash through her head, which was pretty deep. She got stitches, plastic surgery on her forehead. She had 4 punctures to the top of her head and a fractured arm. Besides that, she's doing...
This thing punctured her skull. Why would you have your child around something capable of puncturing your child's skull? There's no acceptable answer. Some of these nutters will sit up and tell you that dogs have a rightful place in society. Nothing that does this has a rightful place in society. And don't let people try to compare dogs to people. Well, what about people? People do this, people do that. They always go there. That's their favorite go-to. Oh, what about people? First of all, it's rare for people to do stuff like this. When you're talking about dogs, you're talking about 400,000 kids every year need emergency care treatment. You don't have kids going to hospital needing emergency care treatment, 400,000, not even remotely close, after they were attacked by some person, some human being. On top of that, we can't exterminate humans. We have to deal with humans. We don't have to deal with dogs. Trust me, if I could exterminate all child abusers, if somehow we all magically acquired the ability to know who's a child abuser, absolutely exterminate them. But seeing that that's not the case, what you're saying is foolish. I don't want to hear nothing about people. You simply don't hear people doing this. Every now and then you'll get some lunatic who launches a deadly lethal attack on a 2-year-old. I'm sure it does happen. I've seen it. We've watched a couple instances before. They're on YouTube. Just YouTube it. But when you're talking about dogs, you're talking about a whole different species. When you're dealing with a whole different species that does not understand language, you're talking about something that is not worthy of the same consideration as other human beings. That's not rocket science. Nobody should have to explain this to you. What kind of sense does that make anyways? Well, some people hurt kids, so we might as well bring 80 million dogs into the country and let them live in our house, you big dummy. Well, since people sometimes attack kids, why don't you go out and get some lions and tigers too and bring them inside the house, you big dummy? For anybody even entertain an argument like that, shut up. I'm sick of you idiots. I'm sick of stupidity. The lack of reasoning skills, the illogical thinking, the stupidity. It's annoying. But I digress. So she then uploads this 3 days ago. And all she does is detail the injuries. Okay, so what is this? She uploaded this 17 hours ago. So wait a minute. Now, people keep in mind, she wasn't even the owner of this dog, allegedly. Which I think is a lie, because this is her with the pit bull. So her daughter has a near-death experience, was almost killed. You think the mother is so traumatized. Oh, my daughter, I almost lost my daughter. I told you. What type of person would upload this just a few days after their baby was nearly killed? Look at this. This is a typical nutter video. And look at what she said. I wish it never went this way. No one will understand the numbness of the whole situation. I did my best for the 2 months of you in our lives. What? Some type of goofy nutter farewell to a dog that just attacked your daughter? That's her right there. In the bed with this mutant. Wouldn't you think that she would have made a video exactly like this, except with her daughter? Wouldn't you think that she would want to share the special moments she had with her daughter that she almost lost? No. She wants to honor and praise the exact creature that almost killed her daughter and left her daughter permanently scarred for life, emotionally scarred for life. Did you hear what this woman said? Let me play that again. Listen closely.
Hey guys, so just in response as an update from my last video, this is my daughter just before surgery, after a pit bull attack 3 days after Christmas. The dog had put a gash through her head, which was pretty deep. She got stitches, plastic surgery on her forehead. She had 4 punctures to the top of her head and a fractured arm. Besides that, she's doing amazing now. It's almost a year. She's getting along with small, fluffy dogs, but is quite traumatized by...
Did you hear what she said? She said her daughter gets along well with small, fluffy dogs, but she gets anxiety around big dogs. So she's still bringing dogs around her daughter. Is there any excuse for this? A lot of people like to be argumentative and they just want to disagree just to disagree. Well, you sound like an idiot. That's just how it is. You're not going to tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about when I've been studying these people every day for years. Have you? Not even nutters have studied themselves for years, every day of the week. We're more than qualified to give an analysis of these people. She's still bringing dogs around her daughter. Why? What is this obsession where you just can't live without dogs? That is a mental illness. This just not acknowledged by the medical industry as a mental illness. Dog nuttery in general is a mental illness. Nobody's going to tell me this is not mental illness. Who on earth and how is it even possible to have this much disregard for your daughter who you almost lost? It's almost been a year, as you heard her say. So she waited all this time and just now shared this video 4 days ago, 5 days ago. After all that time. And then you give us an update, inform us that you're still bringing dogs around your daughter. And then 17 hours ago, you upload this nutter video of you making out with this mutt, laying in the bed with it, engaged in foreplay with this mutt. And don't tell me it's not foreplay. He was laying up with a man That would be intimacy. You in the bed with a man like this. Do you think your boyfriend would appreciate seeing you in the bed like this with another man? No, he would say you were cheating. This nasty filth that these airhead, you a bunch of airhead nutters, bunch of brain dead, pea brain, airheaded nutters, foolish as all get up. Goofballs. Usually, I try to leave room for people's opinions. You know, people are very different. We see things in different ways. But there are certain laws that once they're broken, you're categorized as this or that. When any organism endangers its own young, something's wrong with that organism. Again, you don't see this with other living creatures of the earth. You don't see adult deer snuggled up, making out with, laying in the bed with pit bulls, bringing pit bulls around their young. This is a law. This is a principle across all boards. If you're stupid enough to bring these things around your own kids, you are mentally ill. There's no debate to be had, nutters. I'm not inviting you to debate that. That's just the way it is. How is this even possible? So what in the world is going through her head? You know, after she uploaded this, and then next day she uploaded this, you would think that her very next video, you wouldn't see no dogs at all. And all you would see is her with her daughter. Because now you can, share the moments, the great moments with your daughter, with the world. Because people heard about her daughter's being attacked. They're worried. They're like, oh my goodness, how's she doing? Wow, that's horrible. I'm glad she lived through it. How's her scars? How's she healing? People would have wanted to see her because you shared your daughter with the world by sharing this video and us just being informed about what happened. So you would think her very next video, you'd see her daughter. You see her with her daughter, maybe at the playground. The last thing you would see is a dog. No. All she is showing is the dog. And she's alone. Daughter is nowhere in sight. So she's remorseful. She misses the dog. Her daughter is not on her mind. This dog is on her mind. Do y'all understand now why I say the things I say about these people? I'm not extreme, as some people try to say. I'm pointing out extremities. And it's because I'm calling them out for exactly how they are and how crazy and stupid they exactly are. Some of you take that as extreme. Well, take it how you want. What you can't call it is wrong. There are laws. Once you break, you are out of your mind. When you knowingly endanger yourself and are willing to be dumb enough to endanger your own young, which, by the way, all other organisms have a natural instinct to protect their young with their very life. One thing you got to admire about all living creatures You come near their young, if they know that you are a threat to their young, it's a wrap for you. No matter what you're dealing with, it can be an elephant, a lion, or please, what are we talking about? It can be a deer, it can be a herbivore, it can be a horse. Any living creature feels like you're a threat in the least way. They're going to come after you. And you nutters do the exact opposite of what's supposed to be a natural instinct. I don't have no respect for that. I cannot respect people who function on this planet like that. And then we got to worry about your mutants as well. It's not just your kids that's in danger. Every time we step out of the house, we have to be aware of these hideous mutants escaping from your home, running around the community, looking for people to attack. You idiots. So I don't know if this mother is going to see this video or not. I think it would benefit her to see it. Benefit everybody to have discussions about this overt endangerment of humans who can't defend themselves. Not even if they tried. Their only source of defense is you. And you bring a pit bull in the house. Unbelievable. Shout out to everybody who's able to join me for this brief live stream. Y'all have posted some excellent comments on the most recent videos. Not long ago, I went and checked them. When I find time, I would like to go through the comments. And each comment section is a gem. Thank you very much. Very much appreciate y'all put a lot of good thought into these comments. New subscribers, be sure to always check out the comment section and the chat room. This is a depressing story. This is a depressing story. When I saw this TikTok profile, I was frozen for a good minute or two. Just in shock. I was motionless, shocked. Like, what? Is this some type of joke? Really? Because I saw the article. And I'm like, oh, well, let me go. And I saw this video too. This is the article. I'm like, oh, wow. Let me go see. But see, I didn't even get down this far. What? So they just point out, I wish I never went this way, blah, blah, blah. So they just quoted her. So they didn't say anything about what she did. It's like, are you purposely trying to mock your child? Mock the idea of protecting kids, period? What? How can you even? Man, I can't with these people. Shout out to everybody. And I hope to see you all on the next live stream as we continue with this crusade.